Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Crumb Carnage. And today you can see we're working with the color purple. Now, this is just so bizarre. First, let's do a shout out before I talk about this right here, right? Janet Nash from her YouTube channel, she gave me a shout out quite a while ago, and I realized, oh, I forgot to give her a shout out back. Oh no. So here we are today. We're going to give her a shout out. So you guys go check her out. Go see what she's doing over there. And if, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore has sent you. She doesn't know this is coming, but this has been a lot of fun. Now, all the things you're going to find in the show notes, right? So it's important to get in that description box or show notes, and you look for a see more, like a more button, and then you click on that more, and that's what will bring you open up that description box, depending on your device that you're on, but it's really important you get in there. Spring Fling with strings is currently underway. So a couple weeks after Spring Fling ends, we're going to start Quilt Bingo, and that's going to be a skill builder. It's going to be lots of fun. I haven't really got all the patterns together yet, but I have some ideas as to what I want to do. It'll be a beginner level, an intermediate level, and an expert level. Right? Hopefully we'll find some really cool blocks for the expert levels, but you can choose what level you think you are. And if you're, let's say, a really well-experienced quilter, and you've got like 14 minutes to make a quilt block that week because life is happening, you can do a beginner block or an intermediate block, whichever one you want, and they're all free. So, and if you're a beginner and you want to try an intermediate block or something else, that you can, right? So it's kind of like you choose the skill you want to build, and it's all of the quilts will probably look very different. And there's a free space on there. So there's some rules with the quilt bingo, but yeah, it'll be fun. There's really no rules, but there's rules, right? Also, there's Zoom sew days from now until the end of December in those show notes, so please check them out. Mark them on your calendar. Make sure they're on your phone so that you have them and you can come join us on Zoom. We have an absolute fun day, and I try and pick something simple to work on so I can chat with everybody and, at least say hi, at least get to say hi. Sometimes the conversation gets away with me and I don't get a word in, but that's fine. It's all fun. Also, So Yeah is doing their charity drive for Alaska. Now, I have put in our show notes their YouTube channel and their website. Yeah, soyeah.com. You guys have got to go check that out. Anybody who participated last year and the year before just had a hoot. And it's so much fun, and those guys are working so hard. Now, I'm not sure when this is going to air, but you've got to get in there. Now, I'm leaving all the questions to them, so I'm only telling you about this drive coming up. So you go check with them to see when and where you deliver the quilts and all the rest of the stuff. It's really cool. Share, like, and subscribe. Ring that bell so you don't miss comments or content. And also, making comments helps our analytics out so much. So if life is busy and all you've got time to do is put a heart on, a little heart in the comment section, that would be so lovely. We appreciate hearing from all of you. With over half of you aren't subscribed to us, but that's okay. We get that. It's fine. But yeah, share, like, and subscribe with your quilting friends. Make comments. That all helps us continue bringing you free patterns 3 times a week. Also, we have a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group, we host a virtual sewing room under Discord, right? So you have to have the Discord app, and then you ask one of the admins to send you an invitation. And it's so much fun in there, and the ladies that are sewing in there are actually becoming friends. So it's actually really good. We also do fabric exchanges by country to keep down our postal costs. And we do numerous fun community chats. A lot of them are about quilting. Some of them are not about quilting, but it's all good. It's all fun. Also, I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds. And I talk about elements of design. I talk about working with scrap fabric and making charity quilts. So if any of those hit what your group wants to hear about, please give me a shout. I'll do my best to make the accommodation to speak to your group. Also, if you guys have shout outs that are quilting related, please let me know. My email for both the speaking engagements and the shout outs are in the About tab, or you can message me on Facebook. I'm a little faster on Facebook than I am on the email. But yeah, both of those would be, either one of those would be great. Now, let's talk about purple Crumb Carnage. Crumb Carnage color purple. This basket, and you can see this basket's, you know, a fairly deep basket. My husband got these at the dollar store for me, so I have a bunch of them. Some of them are blue, some of them are white, most of them are filled, except for the Crumb Carnages we've already been doing, thank goodness, because wow, this is getting really ridiculous. So what I do first is when I go through my crumb basket and I sort out the larger pieces so that I can get my favorite size of potato chip blocks, right, is 2 by 3.5, and I cut all of those out first, right? So you can see I've got 2 big handfuls here of potato chip blocks, and they're going to go all for charity. All of it, you know, because like my scraps or crumbs that I put in here is hand sized down to my thumb, right? Now I do have a little stack of stuff that I have been cutting because I've been cutting ahead for another project that's coming up on Free Pattern Friday, and you can't see it just yet because it's, but anyway, some of it used purple, so I had some extra little purple scraps in there, but this is fine too because I'm also using these little crumbs for Mini Mondays. So I'm trying to manage my crumbs the best I can. Now, these, however, are all the crumb blocks. Now I think I can make probably 2 twin size quilts out of here and a baby quilt. I have not counted. I'm actually afraid to count. I count them. But I am going to do a sashing treatment that I will show you in a future video. And I'll show you all the quilts that I've made out of purple Crumb Carnage. But yeah, they've got, you know, there was stuff that was sewn together, mostly purples. It looked like mostly purples, but you know, there's a yellow and a, you know, teal, and every once in a while there's a fun little thing going on, or you know, there's flowers, or you know, it's just, it's all over the place, right? And I hear another little yellow spot ended up in the quilt. So like I say, we're going to do this. I'm actually afraid to count how many blocks I made out of this very full bin because I have a few other bins that need work. Now, I can't do these like, you know, this today and then next week show you all the finished that just doesn't happen. The process here takes a long time to do, and I've already got another bin semi-sorted so that I can work on that color too, right? So it's been busy. It has been very busy here. So now I cut these, made my crumb blocks, and I kind of did a log cabin thing because I used my strings as well. Like I've also depleted my strings because they're breeding at night, I'm sure. And so I've tried to use up my strings and everything at this because I'm making charity quilts. It's all good. So anyways, this is one of those things where you take all your fun stuff and you sew it together, and you know, you kind of hope for the best. Sometimes these crumb quilts, they end up looking like I Spy quilts, right? Because there's little things that are going on other than just all purple, right? Like we have some really interesting little blocks. We have a pinwheel in here, purple. Yeah, a purple pinwheel. We have all sorts of fun little things happening, and you know, we did our best trying to sew everything and keep everything flat. That's the key to making a good crumb block, is that you start sewing, you know, 2 pieces together and then press it so that it stays flat. And then so your next, you know, if you're going to sew 2 pieces and 2 pieces together to make 4, well, you sew that flat too. So that all helps with, well, how you manage your crumbs. So, like I say, I'm going to work on the sashing and then put them together as quilts, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you. So Crumb Carnage Purple will have 2 parts. Like this is part 1, and part 2 will come later when you see all the quilts. Or see the quilts. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Okay, so I hope you guys just have an absolutely fabulous week ahead, and your 1/4 inch is doing just perfect 1/4 inch out of your sewing machine. And stay well and take care until we see each other again. Okay? All right, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your lives, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.